Just a quick update on the shower container that I recently constructed. You can see that I have now added some additional media. This is 40 pieces of the Hygger ceramic media you can see here. This is what I use in my outdoor shower as well. Seems to be doing a really good job out there. It certainly will add to the volume for the bacteria growth in this shower. So I have the shower turned off at the moment while I'm getting these pieces put in. What I'm going to do now is I will reinstall the tray here. I'll get that in and get the shower up and running once again. And hopefully it will just enhance the volume of material that's in here. So the water is staying very clear in the pond at the moment. You can see there's my sterlet sturgeon down there. That's the short nose just coming around the bottom of the tank here. They are definitely enjoying the additional swimming space that they have with the koi outside. And I know they like it when the new shower is running. And I have added a couple of different pieces here just to extend this outlet, or the outlets, down to the bottom, closer to the water surface, and it makes a big difference with respect to any splashback. So I'm going to just put the phone down here now, end this little bit of the video, and get the shower up and running once again. Something a little different today. I just wanted to introduce you to my new fish. There's a bit of a background history behind it, or a background story. There's a number of websites available here in Ontario that we can check to look and see what fish happen to be available for sale. The majority are from just typical people trying to sell their unwanted koi or ones that have outgrown their pond, and the majority of them are not the best quality. Most are extremely overpriced, with a lot of people thinking the bigger the fish, the more value it has, which when it comes to just that kind of mediocre and lower quality fish is absolutely not true, as most of you know. This particular one caught my eye actually a few months ago. The reason it did is that it was being sold by a lady living about a half an hour from me. The poor thing was in an aquarium. It is about 16 inches long, give or take a little bit, and being housed in the aquarium that she said when I picked it up 2 days ago was 100 gallons. It looked more to me like about 80 gallons. The water was not good quality. It definitely needed water changes, needed more filtration. But the main thing that caught my eye was this fish. And bear with me for a second here. And there you can see just how thin the fish is. Definitely not what you expect for a koi unless it's been, and I don't want to say abused, but rather not a typical body shape for a koi in my opinion. It has actually been underfed, certainly not starved, but underfed, which is why it's so thin. I don't know the exact age. The lady said that they thought it was about 15 years old. I find that kind of hard to believe, but they could be right. Apparently they had a pond in the backyard that experienced some difficulties with a leak or something, so they decided to move the fish and some goldfish indoors. The goldfish went into one tank, and this koi went into the other one. Having seen it on the website for about 3 months, I decided to make an offer, and I contacted her, made an offer to purchase a fish, hoping to get it here to the house and be able to put on some decent body size and body shape for it. The first couple of times I contacted her, she refused the offer as I was considerably less than what she was asking. I did, however, just keep at her politely, but kept at her saying that the fish needed to be in a pond and not an aquarium. Finally, she accepted my offer a couple of days ago. So on August 30th, I went to pick it up, brought it home, and put it in one of my quarantine tanks, and I'll show you that in a moment, and started to feed it right away, and it attacked the pellets like it hadn't eaten in months. I know they were feeding it the little sort of goldfish sticks or something that a lot of hobbyists feed their fish in the ponds, particularly in small ponds, picking inexpensive food. Certainly not the most nutritious. They had put a bit of food in the aquarium before I came to pick the fish up, and ignored it completely. However, when I brought it home and put it into my quarantine tank, here with some of the sinking food that my sturgeon eat, it gobbled it down. As I said, just like it had never eaten in months. I began feeding it 4 times a day. Every time the food goes in, it's like a little vacuum right in there. So I'm hoping that it will do well in the next little bit in the quarantine tank. I don't want to stress it too much, so I'm going to put it back into the quarantine tank to get it out of here. I will be doing a scrape on it, something I haven't done yet, which is why it's in the tank. I have no doubt that it's pretty healthy without any parasite issues or anything, having lived alone in that aquarium for so long. But I'm going to check it first, give it a couple of weeks, and if everything is good in the quarantine tank, then it will get put into the pond with the sturgeon, because all of the other koi are outdoors at the moment. Right now I've just added some salt to the water so that it is getting a little bit of treatment from that before it goes in with the sturgeon. I will do a PP dip on it just to make sure there's nothing there. And as I said, I will be doing a scrape to make sure there's no visible signs of parasites or anything like that. So I'm going to put it back into the tank in a moment, and then I'll give you just a quick look to see where I'm housing it. And you can see how things are going, as it seems to be pretty calm at the moment. I'm not sure exactly what variety it is. It was definitely a bit darker in the pictures on the website, and I do have a couple of screenshots of those, so I will add those to the video so you can just see how thin the fish was when it was in the aquarium. It is starting to get a bit stressed, and I think being in here, although it's doing remarkably well. I'm going to put it back into the quarantine tank now. And if you have any ideas as to what variety this might be, certainly let me know in the comments below, please. Alright, this is the upper quarantine tank. You can see the yellow one there. That's the upper tank, and it's set up now with the Awazi 5000 filter on there. 600 gallon an hour pump. That is down just at the bottom of the hose there. And the fish has about 150 gallons approximately of water in here. So the filter is doing a great job of keeping everything good for it. And what I have done is normally I would have both of these tanks connected together. So the pump would be in the bottom one here, the water would flow through the filter into the upper tank and then through the return here back into this one. But this tank houses the koi fry, or some of the remaining fry, from my unexpected spawning that I had earlier this year. I have culled a few times, and a lot of the fish were taken out. So this is just kind of the remainder. Still quite a few of the dark ones, but some of them are starting to show some different patterns now. And they are kind of doing fairly well in here. They're getting 2 brine shrimp feeds a day plus pelleted food. So they're doing okay. And as I said, this is now a separate setup because I didn't want to potentially contaminate the fry from anything that this fish that's in here might have. Well, and just in case anybody is wondering, I have all the pumps and everything turned off down here at the moment, just so that you can hear me, because it does echo quite a bit down here with all the water running. So what I'm going to do is I will put the camera down now, and just let you know that I will be bringing some updates on the new fish in not too long, another couple of weeks probably. I'm going to give it a chance to settle in, hopefully put a little bit of girth on it, and then I will do an update just to let you know how things are coming along. And as I said, if anybody has ideas as to what it might be, certainly please let me know in the comments. And once again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And remember to keep calm and keep koi.